All right, guys, it's been over a year at least since I've done my Soundtown Carpo L2 video, and a lot of comments on it, a lot of likes, got a lot of questions on it also. One of the things that I sometimes get asked is, can you hook up two of them? And hey, guess what? You can, and I have. I've actually been playing, all year with this. It's been great on indoor gigs. At my outdoor gigs, I've been using my bigger speakers. You can see them in the background there. But I wanted to see if I could just get away with two of these, get the sound dispersion I needed. And so probably the last 3 months I've been playing with two of them together, and it's been working great. I played a lot of gigs with it. I'll show you how to hook it up right now. All right, so just a little bit about the setup real quick. I know it's a lot of stuff for a solo player. That's because I try to put on a real show and not just out there strumming my acoustic guitar. So I do have a vocalizer for harmonies. I've got a looper and drum machine that I use. You can see some of my other videos on how to use that. I do use a Boss ME80 down here, and I'll use like the overdrive, which is I'm just using for boost usually, and I'll add some delay in there, and I can have a little bit of EQ. And then it's always nice just to be able to, control the volume. So I take a step break, I can kill the volume on the guitar when I unplug it, don't have to worry about it popping. And then also I do occasionally use the wah feature on here. It's fun. You'll hear it in a second. And I run all of that into here. It looks like a lot running in there. That's because this is actually set up for a duet I sometimes perform with another person. We play together. So this is set up for both of us to have guitar and vocals going in. And so from here, I run it into my Soundtown. Okay, so here's where you have some decisions to make. I'll explain why I did my decision. I run a single line out from this one into there. And the reason I do that is because sometimes I only use one. And so when I want to add a second one, well, I could run the second one from here because this has left and right out. I choose not to do that. There's nothing wrong with doing that, except that during set breaks, I play music via Bluetooth to the speakers. And I want that Bluetooth to come out of both speakers. This guy, I made a mistake. I bought one that doesn't include Bluetooth. If I could go back in time, I would have one that includes Bluetooth, and then I would just run Bluetooth through this. And then I could run left and right out, and that might be better. But it works just great the way I'm doing it also, which is that I actually hook my Bluetooth up to the Carpo L2. And so I play the Bluetooth to this one, and it sends it out to this one also. So one question that people get is it louder? And the answer is yeah, of course it's louder. You got two speakers going on, but it's not twice as loud. That's not how sound works. So it's more about dispersion. When you're on a larger stage, you want to have more dispersion of sound. I don't put them right next to each other. I have them on different sides of the stage, as you can see here. So anyway, let's go check out what it looks like with the volume when I have 1 versus 2. Guys, so my loop's still going, but in the long run, it's worked great for me. If you have the money to go buy a more expensive one, you should. But why spend money you don't need to, especially if you're just trying to get into it? This works great. I've had no issues with it. Support has been awesome. Let me turn this off. Hold on. That gets loud. So support's been great. I will say I did have a lot of problems. I wanted to do TRS pairing and I couldn't get it to work on mine. And the reason for that is because my older one here, there we go, my older one is actually older. It had a different piece of hardware in it as well as different firmware. And so I could not sync it with this one over here via TRS. And the support was great. They actually helped walk through. They actually sent me lots of materials and new firmware and things like that. But in the end, we found out it was different hardware. And so if you're going to try to use TRS, which could be great for you, maybe buy them both at the same time because you can have issues. They sent me a video. They got it to work no problem. They had two of them and it worked just fine. I couldn't do it, and that's because I had one is much older than the other one. So, but again, support's been great. So if you're gonna buy two at the same time. Don't do it like I did. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video like the other ones. If you have any questions, give me a shout. Thanks.